Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in every person's life when they realize something isn't right. Not because something is broken on the outside, but because something is asleep on the inside. You wake up every day, go through the motions, check the boxes, keep the routine, but deep down, you know you're not fully living. You're surviving. You're existing, but you're not awake. And that's the problem. We've been taught to chase things that don't feed us. Money, attention, validation, comfort, all while the most valuable thing we own slips through our fingers every single day. Time. Time is more than hours and minutes. Time is your energy, your presence, your opportunity, your life. And every second you ignore it, waste it, or sleep through it, you're giving away something you can never get back. Not in a week, not in a year, not even with all the money in the world. Let me ask you this. How many seconds have you already wasted? How many moments have passed where you could have stood up, spoken out, pushed forward, but didn't? How many days have you spent worrying about what's already gone or fearing what hasn't even arrived? The truth is, most people aren't living in the present. They're stuck in the past or afraid of the future. And that's the trap. Because life doesn't happen yesterday, it doesn't happen tomorrow. It happens right now. This second, this breath, this choice. That's where your power lives. And that's what this message is about. It's about waking up to the life you still have. The seconds you've been given today. It's about realizing that success, peace, growth, purpose, all of it starts with awareness. Not awareness of the world outside of you, but awareness of the world within you. Because when you become conscious of the seconds you're living, you take back control. You stop reacting to life and start creating it. Every second is a seed. What are you planting? Will you keep feeding distractions or will you feed your future? Will you keep repeating patterns or will you break through and rise? It only takes 1 moment, 1 second to flip the switch, to say, I'm done wasting time. I'm done shrinking. I'm done living below my potential. Because once you become aware of the moment you're in, you unlock the door to change. This is not just another motivational message. This is your wake-up call. It's time to become present. It's time to take ownership. It's time to stop drifting and start deciding. So as you hear these words, don't just listen with your ears. Listen with your life. Because the moment you open your eyes to now is the moment your real life begins. The power of now. Every second of your life is a gift, a moment of possibility, a door waiting to be opened. But most people don't even see it. They rush through their days, trapped in autopilot mode, reacting instead of living, existing instead of thriving. Spend so much time worrying about the past, what we should have done, what we could have said, how things might have been different. Or we obsess over the future, what's coming, what we need to do, what might go wrong. But life doesn't exist in the past or the future. It only exists right here, in this exact second, this breath, this moment. The most powerful transformation begins with a simple realization. This second is all I have. And in this second, I have the power to choose, to think differently, to act intentionally, to pause, to reset. Becoming aware of every second isn't just about being mindful. It's about reclaiming your life from distractions, from stress, from habits that have kept you small. Because the truth is, every second you spend on autopilot is a second you lose forever. And you don't get it back. There are no refunds on time. Look around, the world is moving fast. Noise is everywhere. From your phone, your inbox, your notifications, your environment, everything is designed to pull your attention away from the present moment. But the people who win, the people who grow, who elevate, who succeed, are those who learn how to slow down inside. They don't live in the chaos. They rise above it by becoming intentional. What if you started treating every second like it mattered? What if you spoke with purpose, walked with intention, breathed with awareness? What if you truly saw the people in front of you, listened, connected, appreciated them? What if you tuned in to your thoughts and asked, is this thought helping me or hurting me right now? That level of awareness changes everything. Because here's the secret, awareness is the beginning of mastery. If you can become aware of 1 second, you can control your response. If you can control your response, you can change your habits. And if you can change your habits, you can change your life. So stop waiting for a big break or the perfect time. Stop saying, I'll start tomorrow. You don't need more time. You need to wake up to the time you already have. Every second is already a miracle, already a gift, already a chance. Wake up, pay attention, because the second you become aware of this moment is the second your life starts to change. Your attention is your superpower. Let me tell you something powerful. Your attention is your greatest asset. Not your money, not your status, not your connections. What you choose to give your attention to, moment by moment, determines the quality of your life. Think about it. Every second, your attention is going somewhere. It's either being pulled into fear or directed toward growth. It's either focused on something that drains you or something that builds you. But the problem is most people don't choose where their attention goes. They just let the world decide for them. Social media steals it. Toxic people waste it. Negative thoughts consume it. And before they know it, the day is gone, and so is their energy, their peace, their purpose. Here's the truth. If you don't control your attention, someone else will. And if you want to take your power back, you must become aware of where every second of your attention is going. Your life is a reflection of what you focus on. Focus on problems, and your life will feel like a struggle. Focus on gratitude, and your life will feel like a blessing. Focus on growth, and you'll become unstoppable. But none of that happens unless you're awake, unless you're watching, unless you're paying attention. That's what it means to become aware of every second. It's about being intentional with your mind. You have to ask yourself, what am I thinking about right now, and why? Is this thought serving me? Is this conversation meaningful? Is this action aligned with who I want to become? When you stop living on autopilot and start becoming aware of every thought, every choice, every second, something amazing happens. You start creating your life instead of just surviving it. You begin to move differently. You begin to speak with more confidence. You stop entertaining distractions. You stop feeding drama. You stop giving your energy to things that don't grow you. And most importantly, you stop wasting time because you realize how valuable every second really is. Your attention is your superpower, but you have to train it. You have to discipline it. You have to protect it. If someone had access to your bank account and was stealing your money every day, you'd shut it down immediately. But when distractions rob your attention, you let it slide. Why? Because we've been conditioned to believe that time is cheap. But time is the most expensive currency you own. So protect your attention. Guard your focus. Redirect your mind whenever it starts to drift. That is your power. That is your responsibility. That is how you take control of your life. 1 second at a time. Because the moment you realize the value of each second is the moment you stop wasting your life and start living it. Seconds shape your destiny. You might not realize it right now, but your destiny is being written 1 second at a time. It's not shaped by one massive decision or one life-changing event. It's shaped by what you choose to do in the small, unseen moments. The ones nobody claps for. The ones that don't make headlines. The ones that seem insignificant until they aren't. Let me break it down for you. The person you become tomorrow is being formed by the seconds you're living today. What you choose to think, feel, speak, and act on in this very moment is either leading you closer to your purpose or pulling you further away from it. You want to become more disciplined? That starts with the second. The second you choose to stay focused instead of distracted. You want to get healthier? That begins with a second. The second you say no to what weakens you and yes to what strengthens you. You want to be successful? That's built in the second you decide to keep going even when it's hard. The big picture is built by small moments, and small moments are made up of seconds. That's why you can't afford to live unconsciously. You can't afford to keep giving your time to things that don't matter. Every second you give to fear, doubt, laziness, or negativity, you're giving away a piece of your future. And here's what's powerful. Just as one bad habit can steal your potential, 1 second of awareness can save it. You can shift your life in one conscious moment, 1 second where you say, enough, I'm not living like this anymore. 1 second where you make the hard decision to rise. 1 second where you choose to believe in yourself even when no one else does. That's how change begins. People keep waiting for a big sign, a massive breakthrough, a magical day when everything will finally make sense. But the truth is, transformation doesn't come in the form of an announcement. It comes in the form of a choice. A choice made in a quiet, ordinary second. A second where you decide, I will not let this moment pass me by. So let me ask you, what are you doing with your seconds? Are you building the future you want, or are you feeding a reality you want to escape from? Are you planting seeds of growth, or are you watering weeds of self-doubt? Every second is an invitation to improve, to evolve, to become. And the most successful, fulfilled people in the world aren't those who had more talent or more luck. They're the ones who paid attention to the seconds. They respected the process. They honored the time. And because of that, they shaped their destiny. So never underestimate the power of a single second. Because 1 second of true awareness can change everything. Win the moment, win the day. Success isn't some mystery. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not reserved for the lucky or the chosen few. Success belongs to those who learn how to win the moment. That's it. That's the formula. Because if you can win enough moments, you win the hour. Win enough hours, you win the day. And if you win enough days, you win your life. But it all begins with becoming aware of the moment you're in, right now. We often get overwhelmed by our goals. We look at the mountain ahead and wonder how we'll ever reach the top. But you don't climb a mountain in one giant leap. You take one step, one breath, one decision at a time. You conquer the journey by conquering the moment you're in, the only moment that matters. Let me ask you something real. What are you doing in this moment to grow? Not yesterday, not tomorrow, right now. Are you moving forward or making excuses? Are you scrolling through distractions or stepping into discipline? Are you numbing your potential or awakening it? The truth is, every second is a chance to redirect your life. Every second offers you a choice, to rise or to shrink, to speak life or speak fear, to take action or to wait another day. And most people lose their lives not because of one bad decision, but because of millions of unconscious seconds. Seconds spent reacting instead of responding, sleeping instead of showing up. But you're not most people. You're here to take your life back. You're here to become someone who doesn't just count the seconds, but makes the seconds count. That's what awareness does. It gives you the power to make real-time decisions that align with your higher self. It gives you the ability to see clearly, what am I feeding right now? My fear or my faith? My purpose or my pain? Winning the moment means making that phone call when you don't feel like it. It means reading that one page, saying no to that distraction, holding your tongue when you want to lash out, pushing one more rep when your body wants to quit. These aren't big dramatic events. These are seconds of decision, seconds that define the direction of your life. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to be perfect to win. You just need to be present. Show up to the moment. Meet it with intention. Take it seriously. Because the people who master their lives are the ones who master the moment. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Now. So if you want to change your life, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect plan. Just win this moment. Show up for this second. Because when you learn how to win one moment at a time, nothing can stop you. Time is your life. Don't waste it. Time is not just ticking on a clock. Time is your life. Every second that passes isn't just a number. It's a piece of your existence that you will never get back. It's gone forever. That's why becoming aware of every second is not just a motivational idea. It's a survival strategy for your dreams, your growth, and your legacy. So many people live like they've got forever. They act like there's always going to be more time to change, more time to try, more time to become who they're meant to be. But let me tell you something real. You don't know how much time you have left. None of us do. And that's not meant to scare you, it's meant to wake you up. Because once you realize how limited your time really is, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. You stop spending hours trying to please people who don't even care about you. You stop overthinking what the world thinks and start focusing on what truly fulfills your soul. You stop giving your seconds to temporary pleasures that lead to long-term regret. And you start giving them to purpose, to peace, to progress. Listen to me. You don't get this second back. What you're doing right now, this breath, this moment, is your life unfolding. And the more conscious you become of that, the more powerful you become. Every second is a seed. Plant negativity and your life grows chaos. Plant laziness and your life grows frustration. But plant discipline, plant gratitude, plant boldness. Your life will start to bloom in ways you never imagined. Time doesn't wait for you to feel ready. It doesn't pause for your fears. It keeps moving, whether you choose to grow or not. And if you're not careful, you'll look up one day and realize years have passed, dreams have died, and the only thing you've collected is regret. But not you. You're waking up, you're starting to see the value in every second. You're beginning to understand that this life, your life, is a precious gift, and it's too valuable to live on autopilot. So take this moment and make a promise to yourself. No more wasting time. No more giving my energy to distractions. No more letting seconds slip through my fingers unnoticed. From this day forward, I will honor my time. I will protect my energy. I will show up for every moment with purpose and intention. Because when you become aware of every second, you take control of your life. You stop just existing and start truly living. You stop being a victim of time and start being a master of it. So go out there and live like your time matters. Because it does. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's one truth that echoes through every word of this message, it's this. Your life is not happening in some far-off future. It's not waiting for the perfect time, the perfect situation, or the perfect version of you to arrive. Your life is happening now, in this very second. We live in a world where we're constantly told to think big, set massive goals, chase huge dreams, plan 5-10 years ahead. And while vision matters, the danger is in forgetting where your real power lies. Not in the years ahead, not even in tomorrow, but in this moment, in the decision you make right now. Because the future you want, it's built 1 second at a time. Let that sink in. The habits you form, the thoughts you entertain, the actions you take, they don't just happen one day. They're created by how you respond to this very moment. Whether you choose discipline or delay, whether you choose growth or comfort, whether you let distractions win or you take control of your focus. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to win this second. Because if you can win this second, you can win the next and the next. And before you know it, you've won the hour, then the day, then the week, then the life. Success is not some distant mountain you climb once in your life. It's a staircase of seconds. You take one step, then another. That's how greatness is built, not by giant leaps, but by consistent choices. You see, when you stop underestimating the power of now, you stop living passively. You stop handing your life over to excuses, to distractions, to fear, and you start stepping into your potential. Because now is where change happens. Now is where clarity begins. Now is where courage is built. The people who rise in life are not always the most talented, not the most connected, not the most confident, but they are the most aware. They don't sleepwalk through their days, they wake up to their moments. They own their time. They take responsibility for how they show up, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. So here's the challenge I leave you with today. Don't wait. Don't drift. Don't let another second pass you by without choosing who you're becoming. This is your life. These are your seconds. And you only get one shot at using them right. So stop chasing what doesn't matter. Stop pouring your energy into things that drain you. Start paying attention. Start choosing with intention. Start building a life you're proud of. 1 second, 1 moment, 1 breath at a time. Because in the end, it's not the years you lived that would define you. It's what you did with your seconds. And if you want to change your life, you only need to win 1 second. So why not start with this one?